Are we finally freaking live?
Share your screen.
Holy man. What did it say?
It said share your screen with your audience.
Will you see if it's on? Anybody in chat, let me know if you can see anything. Share. Oh, it's probably share stream with your audience so you can send it out. Says we're live. Says we're live. That's you right there.
Okay. So
We're live. We're live. So, howdy, y'all. Welcome to Sam's Whiskey Bar. How many guys do we have on here? 2 people watching. They're probably just us. Can we get it on behind us? Can you bring some whiskey? You know which one we want, too. I've got some Glens. I got one Holiday Glen here with me. Okay. We got Ben Holiday coming up to do an interview. Ross and Squibb is coming to do an interview. I need to get some mics out. We've been doing a lot of sales. I got my Venmo out. It has been fun. This whiskey event has been pretty cool.
We're live whenever you're ready, man. Front side. Uh-oh.
You try to go to the women's bathroom?
Yeah, Dustin's coming.
Dustin from Ross and Squibb is coming. This camera's working. The other camera wouldn't work. I'll have to figure. I got the microphones going.
Okay.
There's a microphone for you, sir.
Been there, done that, my guy.
Zach, would you mind running this? It's $20 for a hat or a shirt, $2 for that. 2. And I got my Venmo and I got cash. I can't do card right now because of everything going on. I got Glenn's down here. Or get the Sam's Whiskey
You're
Bar.
there, where you want me?
Oh, we got the Sam's Whiskey Bars here.
Well, we might sell those.
Very good.
Where did all my Glens go? There.
How long we got your face on?
Hey,
This guy was telling you about earlier.
Right on. How you doing? Rod Jackson, Sam's Whiskey Bar. We're live here.
You are live on YouTube right now.
Live on the YouTube.
You are live on the YouTube.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, love to visit with you a little bit later. All right. I'll be here.
Jackson, make sure that's on. Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Yes. Well, I work for a small company called Luxco, and Luxco is the branded spirit division of MGP. So we're part of the big distillation operation coming out of Indiana. That is one of 6 worldwide supplier facilities that we operate. Right. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. So I'm boots on ground here in Missouri and Kansas. So.
Well, one of the things about working for Ross and Squibb has got to be how many times people ask you about MGP.
Absolutely.
What would you explain? Right here, we are selling stuff. If you would help Zach out, we're doing a YouTube live right now, or have Zach help you out. We got $20. You're fine. You're famous now. You're famous now.
You're on YouTube.
But $20, $2. This is what we're selling here. You can put him in the hat if you subscribe to our channel to win one at 6:30.
I stepped out of the local bar scene in St. Louis in 2018 and didn't really know where I was going to end up next. But it didn't take long for Let's Go to pick me up. So, and I was really excited to start working for Luxco at the time. They were 100% family owned and operated, headquartered out of St. Louis, Missouri. And that was a real big draw for me at the time. So. Yeah, absolutely. You know, and when the merger happened with MGP and Luxco in 2021, it did nothing but great things for everybody. You know, I still get to do what I love to do, which is help people enjoy fine spirits for a living. I just got more spirits to do it with now. So.
I'm not the one with all the questions.
I question.
I love it. If I don't know the answer, I'll make something up.
Okay, so Remus, one of my favorite brands, and that is one of your lines.
Yes, sir.
This high rye and some of the things that are going on, the special reserve. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, we have some really exciting new mash bills coming out with the Remus and the Rossville line. But the Remus Highest Rye is a 6-year-old expression, which is a bourbon, but we put the most amount of rye you can legally put into a bourbon.
Because you use malted rye, so you get more rye.
So you got to be between 51 and 90% corn. We check that box. We are 51% corn. All right, then we do a 39% rye, and then that last 10% is malted rye. So we have a 49% rye mash bill in a bourbon. So we like our rye down at Ross Square, that's for sure. I was just about to say, you know, I'm a don't talk about it, be about it kind of guy. So you guys want to try a little? Let's do it. All right. I like rye. So, there you go. One for you. One for you. Enjoy.
Is this is the 110? No, this is the straight.
So this is straight bourbon whiskey. But yeah,
New label.
Yeah, we've relabeled all the Remus lines. We got new models and new labels for the Rossville lines as well. So Remus and Rossville got a new little zhuzh up on the packaging, but still the same great juice for sure. So yeah, man, give that a nice nose, and like I say, you know, bourbon's so great. That high corn puts that big sweet sugar in there. But then we just packed it full of rye, and it's really exciting.
You get that rye spice on the nose.
It is, you know it. Man.
I'm like that. I'm going to go 112 on the proof.
So, well, there you go. I think we're cooking in at 109.
Oh,
so,
dude.
Hey, I'll give you 3 points. Man.
That's great. That's great.
That is a good number.
I like it. I do. This gets to be like a bourbon should drink. Enough sweet, enough spice. Where this is a very good pour.
It's something for everybody, you know. I mean, it's a gateway whiskey for sure.
It's definitely got the right spice.
So, how come you didn't bring a Gatsby over, man? What the hell?
Well, you know, we are working on a new release of Gatsby that'll be coming out. And in Missouri, actually, I don't know if it had its stores yet, but our distributor just got our new release for this year. We're actually teamed up with the Babe Ruth estate, and we have a Remus Babe Ruth edition that'll be hitting shelves real soon.
So it's going to be super inexpensive then.
Oh, of course. You know, it's a $199 MSRP. There are only, I'm going to miss this number a little bit, but I'm going to say 10,361 bottles of it.
That seems like a lot, but that's a small batch.
That covers the entire country, and you know, Remus is in about 13 other countries as well. So, but the 10,361, that is the same number of at-bats as Babe Ruth had in his career. And to all you sports fans out there, forgive me if I'm off of it. But, you know, we made one bottle for every at-bat, and they all have a QR code. And you can scan that QR code, and it'll tell you exactly about that at-bat. So some lucky bourbon hunters are going to get that one where you called it out as a fence. You're going to have something that's pretty valuable.
That is an awesome.
Fun. So,
See, book.
we blended 3 extra age Remus mash bills into that Babe Ruth edition. So we're really, you know, Remus was a notorious bootlegger all through the Roaring 20s and all of that. So we're, you know, the Gatsby ties into that 1920s theme. we're really just leaning into the greatest hits of the 1920s, you know? So Babe Ruth definitely fits that bill.
Okay, so you have being a Rossi Swift rep, you have a ton of lines that you have to know about.
Yes, sir.
So is that the most
guys very
difficult
much.
part about your
Hey,
job?
give us a shout out on there.
What is
at the event?
about your job?
You know,
Talking to guys like us?
no, my two favorite things in life are a glass of whiskey and the sound of my own voice. So I landed myself in the right career. You know, there are very few bad aspects of my job. I will say just a personal turn off when I start meeting people is people who have already made their mind up about what we're talking before the conversation even starts. You know, and you know, I don't like MGP juice. You know, it's like, well, do you really know what that means?
Right.
You know,
So, we go a
because
little bit.
there's a lot of it out there, and just what we put in our own bodies covers a huge spectrum of flavor. And so, you know, we have lots of other juice out there and other bottles, and there's something out there for you.
Now, we've been talking about Remus a lot, and that brings up the question: what other brands fall under the Rossi Squibb umbrella?
So at Ross and Squibb, we produce all the Rossville Rye bottles. We also do all the Remus bottles. Now, we also make the Penelope bourbon line in the Ross and Squibb distillery as well. And that was something that started out, you know, like a contract distillation solution, we like to call it, for a startup in New Jersey. And then they did such a great job with it that we said, you know what, hey, it's an MGP, Ed McMahon from MGP, and we'd like to purchase your brands. And so we actually brought that portfolio back in-house. And we've had
your bourbon back.
Exactly, you know, with some really nice IP attached. Those Mike and Danny from New Jersey, the creators of Penelope, they did a wonderful job. I don't think they slept for the first 5 years that they were launching that brand. And
now, which one's the dad?
well, they're both fathers. They both have families, but it was Mike and his wife that were starting a family. You know, and oh my gosh, we're gonna have a baby. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a girl. Oh my gosh, we're going to name her Penelope. And then 3 a.m., Mike wakes up and goes, oh my gosh, I'm going to start a whiskey brand and name it after our daughter. And, you know, the rest is history. So.
Well, I absolutely love the Architect French Oak. I think the last one I saw was a built-in.
Yeah.
So I believe that is.
Build 10 is what's on shelves right now. So, and I know Danny's working on that 11.
Okay.
The 4 grade. That is just the most approachable bottle of bourbon I have ever met. You know, whenever I heard about Penelope, you know, before it became part of our family, and you know, it's a taste for every taste, and they really deliver on that promise. I mean, if you go from that 80 proof 4 grain right into that barrel proof, and then boom, Architect French Oak. The toasted has been phenomenal, and we're really excited because the rosé cask is no longer a limited time offering. We're putting that rosé cask on the shelf all day, every day. So
that is my liquor store owner's, my premier, Roy Egbert Liquor, Hutchinson, Kansas. That is his favorite Penelope. And I would also like to say, for those of you who keep on saying Penelope, it is Penelope. Quit calling it Penelope.
You know, the only thing you need to drink bourbon the right way is the mouth, and I guess the only thing you need to say it the right way is
call it whatever you want as long as you buy it.
If it's on your shelf, you can call it what you want.
So you're bringing that one up, and I was told that they weren't going to come out with the toasted rye again. You're saying you are.
Well, actually, yes. So this is our toasted bourbon, which is part of our all day, every day lineup. But there is a new batch of toasted rye that is being released as we speak. So I know orders are in for Missouri and Kansas. Those are my 2 states. So I know that bourbon It is in bottles, it is in boxes, and it's in trucks.
And I hope I can find one to get it in my bar. That's the hard part of this. But you guys do an amazing job of distribution.
Well, thank
So
you.
thank you. Now, we talked about you are changing up distribution a little bit currently, possibly, but that's happening in the industry all the time. It happens all the time. So we have those lags. It's not that these companies aren't trying to keep it from you. It's just, it is what it is. It's hard to get it to you sometimes.
I wake up every day to make sure that these bottles get from those boxes into your hands.
Absolutely.
And, Penelope being a startup, January 1 of this year, we were in, I believe, 13 states. And our mission right now is that by December 31st, we will have Penelope in 50 states. So, if you're sitting at home going, I wish I could get some of that, we're bringing it to you, I promise. So,
Hold them to it, y'all. Hold them
that's
to
right. So, but yeah, it's been really exciting with these guys, and they do, I really like the way Mike and Danny approach it, because they, from the outside, they brought in a limited amount of knowledge, but they said, look, people are going to do two things with Penelope. They're either going to be talking about it, or they're going to be forgetting about it. And those guys go to work every day to make sure you have a new reason to want to be talking about Penelope, and it's been working.
Now, I've heard you say Mike and Danny a lot. Where does Matt fit into that?
So, just so you know, there is no Mike and there is no Danny. There's
Okay.
only Mike and Danny. Right? I don't think they exist separate of each other. But Matt Ward is a great guy, and he was part of the Penelope family whenever they came over and joined us at the MGP family. That whole merger has just been wonderful, top to bottom. And Matt Ward right now is running a really fun activation team all across the country for us. So anytime we have big events such as this, we get to reach out to them and say, we need more boots on the ground so that way we can get more whiskey to lips. And that's what they help us do.
Absolutely. You are welcome to talk about whatever you would like to talk about, or plug whatever you would like to talk about. However, I would like to say that Yellowstone was one of those brands that I had just about given up on, except for the limited release and the higher cap. But now, with like the rum finish and the finish stuff, is that going to continue? Because I'm enjoying this.
We do have plans to continue those. All right, you have to understand, you pick up a bottle of Yellowstone and you look on the back, it's got Stephen B. Bean written right on there, all right? Stephen Bean, that's 7 generations of bourbon distillation coming at you, all right? And we make that Yellowstone the exact same way, as much as we can, that J.W. Dant was making it in 1872, all right? And Stephen Bean is not only a 7th generation descendant of the good Colonel Jimmy, but that's on his daddy's side. On his mama's side, he is the direct descendant of J.W. Dant as well. All right. So we were very excited at Luxco when we had the opportunity to take this heritage bourbon and return it to its rightful family. All right. So when Stephen Bean took the reins of that, he said, we're going to bring this back to what it was. All right. And I think he's done a fantastic job doing that. And then, we said, all right, Mr. Bean, let's keep this thing growing. Let's make something new. Let's start doing some cast finishes. And he kind of came in kicking and screaming, we have a real big philosophy that Yellowstone's already great just as it is. So that 93 proof Yellowstone Select is pretty perfect. But we talked him into doing a toast. He probably made it the most complicated you could make a toasted finish going. Instead of picking one toast from the distillery, he picked out 5 different toasts that we needed to add into that whiskey. So that took barrel finishing off the table. All right, now we have to do a vat finish with staves, because we couldn't put that thing in 5 different barrels in order to get it out in the market in any kind of reasonable fashion. So we had to vat that and then use our 5 proprietary toasts in order to get that going. I think you felt kind of bad about that, because then when we said, okay, we're going to do a rum stave or a rum cask finish, he goes, I'll make that one real easy for you. You get me rum barrels from Cuba, all right, that housed a molasses-based rum, not a sugarcane rum, and I'll go ahead and make you a Yellowstone rum. So that one's
Very specific request too. Like
the
he
man-
knew exactly what he wanted.
it's like he told me he knew what it tasted like before he ever tried it. You know, it's one of those like I know where I'm going, I just need to get there. And
He's been doing it a long time.
long enough. But the other thing about it is he's very particular about the timeline on those finishes as well.
I gotta get your Rossi squib in the background there.
Hey, I appreciate that. That barrel's going to look real good, and that one's covering all of Kansas.
All of
you said,
Kansas, yeah.
But hey, I mean, with great palates like yours behind it, I think Kansas is in for a real treat on that.
We went with the higher rye. So with Rossi squib with Remus, you have the 21 is your low. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And 36 is your high.
There it is.
And then you go to the malted rye on top of that to get the highest rye. Correct.
Yes, correct.
So, and I think all three were batched and sampled to us. And the highest rye had the highest ABV to it, but we chose the high rye. Just a little spoiler. Roy and the guys at Acreage Liquor chose not the highest rye, but the high rye.
When it sings, it sings.
It was so good too.
That's the real fun about these barrel picks and all that kind of stuff because you make the same whiskey the same way in the same place, and then you put it in two different barrels. 4, 6, 8 years later, you got two different flavors. I mean, it's 27 staves in that 53-gallon barrel. All 27 staves could have came from 27 different trees. They all got unique fingerprints just like us. So each barrel is imparting a unique flavor, and that's why it's so important to have a good blender on staff because you have to take those unique flavors, mix them in the right dimensions to make sure that bottle of Remus you had last year is going to be as good as the bottle of Remus.
Or at least there's not a big flavor drift that's obvious.
Yeah, you want to keep that as honed in as possible. But whenever Ian Sturzman, our master distiller, he's tasting those barrels all the time. Every once in a while, one jumps out at you, and you go, "I'm not blending that. That's gonna be something special." So yeah, and that's where these kids come from. I mean, you are drinking Ian Sturzman's favorite bourbons whenever you get those, and each kit does include all three of the Remus mash bills that we're using right now. So yeah, you get a single mash bill, single barrel. So,
well, to Ian,
my guy.
To Ian, thank you, sir.
Wherever you are.
The floor is yours. If you would like to say anything.
I just want to say thanks for having me out.
Thank you for being here.
You guys always do great, and there's so much whiskey out there in the world, as you guys know, and it's just good that people have a chance to hear from people they get to know and trust in order to have a direction of what to go to that liquor store and buy. I mean, I feel like I know more than most, but I walk into a liquor store and you can get overwhelmed.
Yeah, well, you know a ton. You obviously know a ton, especially about your lines. Now, well, let me ask you this. If we didn't want a box, if we wanted to come to the distillery to try stuff, is that an option?
It is like as of right now. We are newly excited about getting our customers out to Ross and Squibb, letting them check out our distillery in Indiana. It is awesome.
Right.
The number one thing I can tell you is wear your comfortable shoes when you come, because when you walk in the front door of Ross and Squibb, you're going to walk at least a mile before you get out the back. So,
How many miles?
it's a full mile and some change from the front door to the back door.
That ain't nothing.
And then you got to go check out all the rick houses too.
Give me 10 miles worth of
Hey.
a tour.
Well, come on down. I'll go get you.
How
stuff.
often do you
How often do I go? I get down to the distilleries at least 3-4 times a year. You know, and it's like, am I going to Kentucky to go check out Lux Row and Limestone? Am I going up to Indiana to check out Ross and Swim? Luckily, those are, you know, close enough. I've done it in one day, but you're pretty wiped after that.
I'm going to be in Louisville for Bourbon and Beyond. Any certain distillery you would say I can't miss?
Well, you know, time and time again, you don't have to take my word for it. The internet says it. The hospitality at Limestone Branch can't be beat. You get down there, Stephen Fonte will put a cigar and a cocktail in your hand. You'll get to hang out with his pups, Louis Tulicks. You'll have a great time and really taste some cool juice. And leave. I mean, even you spend 10 minutes with Stephen Fonte, you're going to learn something about whiskey you didn't know.
I learn all the time. I mean, I don't know a ton. I don't pretend to know a ton. And that's one of the things I love about this is the learning process, but more so the meeting the people that are also in the industry or love the product. And it's just bourbon fans. I mean, the whole nine, man.
You know,
it's just a great scene.
People seem to be a lot more passionate about bourbon than they are about their car insurance. You know?
Well, and you walk in here to a event like this, and everybody just is like, I love all these people.
Isn't that, I've made like 15 friends today.
Absolutely.
You know, and why? Because we were both drinking a glass of whiskey at the same time. That's exactly.
Well, is there anything else better than get a friend around that loves bourbon, the American spirit?
That is absolutely true.
I mean, good night.
I work with a really great bourbon group in St. Louis, the St. Louis Bourbon Society. Thank you, Drew and James. And their tagline is "Fellowship through the Spirit." And I mean, like, boom, you know, it's such a great philosophy.
Fellowship through the spirit. That is a good point. And that's what it's about. To me, that's what it's about. Meeting people like these guys. We are a YouTube channel. We are live right now. I can turn the camera around. You want to become famous? Such a good-looking couple, though. Come on.
We don't want to steal your thunder.
Oh, I have no thunder. I have no thunder. We're getting ready to do a giveaway for this hat right now. If you guys subscribe to the channel, $20. Oh, you're waiting for my card. You want to pay with the card, don't you?
You're buying it for me?
No, well, sure, but then you're going to owe me twice as much with interest. You'll owe me twice as much with interest.
Gotta collect points.
Do you guys do Venmo by chance at all? Venmo would be the easiest. I got it set up right here. The shirts are $20. The hats. Are you a large?
This gentleman back here put one back for me.
What a nice guy.
I don't know where he put it.
I don't know where he put it either, but there you go.
There's that.
What do you think, Dustin?
I think it's great. I have a question for you.
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
I mean, you get to try all this stuff. What's the last thing that like really knocked your socks off? I mean, I know there's lots of good bourbon, but what's the one that you thought it was going to zig and then it zagged on you and left a lasting impression?
I try so many different bourbons, but I'm going to get there for you.
There you go.
Because there is a company called Barrel King,
Okay.
out of Bourbon, Missouri, that does finishing. And they have a chocolate cherry fur rye that will just take you every palate direction you can think of. And then, I mean, they do finishing in so many different types of barrels that 1 minute it's a wine finish, the next minute you get hot cocoa, the next minute you get a cherry. I mean, that's probably the one lately. I mean, most of the Barrel King stuff I just think is really good. As far as the ones that I've tried lately from Ross and Squibb, however, I would say the one that surprised me the most was the rum finish from Yellowstone, just because I wasn't expecting a lot. I'm just being honest with you.
Hey, that's it.
And the one that I enjoyed the most, that I was happy about, was your highest rye.
Yeah.
Remus that I picked up the other day. It's unique.
Yeah.
It is still a traditional bourbon, but that malted rye instead of malted barley, and that spice that just sticks the whole way through, man. I was really happy with that one. How about you?
Well, you know, I mean, I've been trying a lot of good stuff. I tried some seagrass here today that I
like
tried
it.
yet.
I like the
And,
seagrass.
Those guys always got something fun and exciting.
I like the
So
seagrass.
that one was really good. I really like that you brought up Bourbon Kings, though, because believe it or not, I have a legacy family farm out in Bourbon, Missouri, where my family runs cattle out there. And I've just missed those Bourbon King guys like at least 3 or 4 times trying to catch up with them. So guys, if you're listening,
Jared,
Yeah,
listen.
Jared.
Here's your camera right
Go,
here.
go meet me out at Moon Dance Farm, all right, out in Crawford County, outside of Bourbon, Missouri, and we'll have a class together out there. I've been trying to catch up with you for a while, my guy. So, cheers.
And Matt Porter, I'm sure you're watching from ADHD Whiskey, so pass that along to Jared and the guys
It
over
takes
there.
a village.
It takes a
You know,
village.
so. But yeah, no, there's always fun stuff. I like the creativity. You know, I mean, bourbon is the most regulated spirit in the world. And for a very long time, people were just making grandpa's bourbon. And now people are bourbon curious. People are moving outside the box. And, you know, I've got to see firsthand how many of those ideas in the notebook never make it to the bottle.
Sure.
You know, but when somebody does something, they go, I got to share this with the world. And they're proud of it and excited about it. It's so much fun to experience that.
They're knighted. Anything they have that's knighted is just phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal. But you heard it. Get a hold of the guy.
Well, that's it. Hey, I'm seminar number 3, so I got to get going. But thank you very much for your time today. You bet. You guys be good. Stay thirsty.
Yeah.
Dustin, thank you.
That was Dustin from Ross and Squibb. He has so many brands that he represents and such a knowledgeable, nice guy. What a blessing to have him stop by. I'm going to do some housekeeping stuff real quick for the job. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see a little bit of the event while I do some billings and whatnot. So. Look, you're famous. You're on right now.
We are out of Hutchinson, Kansas.
Our viewership just went way up. What are you talking about?
We're currently live on YouTube.
Are you wanting anything from us?
It's pointing that way, so if you walk that way, you're gonna be live.
We're getting ready to give away a hat. I don't know if you guys signed up, but we're getting ready to give away a hat.
You want to do this, Rodney?
Oh, you got it. Good job. I got it. Sam's Whiskey Bar. You're live right now, and you are live on YouTube right now. So go back and watch it and repost the video later. You're famous. Ready to do this? Okay, we're picking for the hat. Picking for the hat. Picking for the hat. You guys in on the hat? Anybody in on the hat? Yeah. Right. We're gonna do, buddy. We're gonna do a pick real quick.
Come on, Rod. We'll let the holiday guy pick.
You all stay tuned. We have Holiday Distillery that's coming up next. Amazing. We're gonna give away a hat first.
Oh, it comes.
Okay, let's do our pick. Wyatt, you want to pick for the hat? Come on, man. Come on, Wyatt. Come on. We don't want to get money for it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Debbie Powell. Debbie Powell. I will call her. I will call Debbie Powell right now. We'll turn this around this way, guys, and have an interview here in a second. Let me take my mic off and call Debbie.
When I went up against Sam, I thought I was a big holiday.
I had to
Because,
listen.
wait,
Oh, you're fine.
and
Well, thanks for giving us the heads up about this. This is
Yeah,
great.
you guys want interviewed and on live?
Oh yeah.
Hell no.
What?
No.
Why not?
No.
This is, if I knew anything about bourbon, I'd be in.
You know quite a bit.
I like it.
We're having a good time. This is fun.
The Mormon bourbon was good. That was good.
I can't remember. What's the name?
High West.
High West, that was good.
I love that it's you call it Mormon bourbon.
Well, they said it from Utah.
It is.
And somebody in the group said Mormon bourbon. We said Mormon bourbon.
There you go. Mormon bourbon. Man, those hats look good. You guys look at least 30 years younger and 10 pounds lighter.
Damn straight.
Actually, you guys make my hat look better than it really looks.
Oh yeah. Well, we stole them.
It's not stealing if you did give it.
Are you selling a lot of books?
Nah, not a ton, but we're doing okay.
We're actually
Are we doing
a lot more.
Nice to
Got a
meet
lot
you.
of dance.
What's your name?
Don't believe it.
AJ.
AJ, nice to meet you, AJ.
We sold more than you. So the red line and the blue note were both pretty good. They were.
Oh, Blue Note is so good. Did you get the uncut Blue Note?
Yes. But red line and we like.
They make. Love you very much. See ya.
You are. Have fun. Bye guys.
Bye. Thank you. Good to see you
Did you
again.
get your? Okay. Well, just left before you while you guys are out.
Okay. He's calling the winner of that.
What?
He's calling the winner of the hat. It's amazing how some of these distilleries now are bringing their fruit in check. Part of it. Okay. This young lady would like to purchase a shirt. Okay, how are we purchasing? Card. Okay, give me a minute. I haven't done that in a long time. I got Venmo and Shopify, so let's go to Shopify. I'm going to move this so the guys are doing it live right now. I got a lot going on. This thing would move, would be good to go. Okay. All right, I got to go to my store. Remember how to do that here. Yeah. Go to online store. Hopefully I changed the prices on the online store.
I'll tell you, when we did your tour, I wanted to lick one of the girls so bad.
And you wanted a shirt and a hat and a bottle?
Tastes okay. It tastes good.
I didn't expect it to taste good.
But after about a week, every single
Not the greatest Wi-Fi in here, is
I
it?
see people like
I want the 5G.
3 years worth of dust.
I'm going to turn that off.
I was joking.
Try it again.
The guy on the tour, I'm like,
There we go.
"Now look at the barrel."
Okay, so we got a hat.
No, don't be looking at the barrel. You know?
Add to cart. Oh, you didn't want the hat?
No, that's
Oh, that was somebody else's?
That's the
Okay.
giveaway.
Let me cancel this. I'm sorry, I thought I asked.
Rolled it in the back of which you rolled
You did ask, but I said I was here, so you know.
Okay. Oh, no problem. Continue shopping. We are going with a
just straight.
I like it.
Yeah.
add to cart.
You get a lot of the notes.
Continue shopping.
A little bit of water.
This works, but it's a pain in the butt, isn't it?
Nicely for us, it's
And we are going, that was a 3X. 3X, add to cart.
clean tasteless.
Okay. Check out.
So that's probably
She's gonna
Did you call Debbie?
Yeah, I did.
Did she answer?
This is where you have to put in your information.
Did she answer?
I don't have any of those fancy swipers or anything. Yeah, they answered. I think they're downstairs in VIP. Is that what that has for?
You know, I like the sweet. I like the it's got some spirit to it. You know, like it's no slouch. It's very colorful, but yet spicy.
I wonder if that one was dying or something on us.
You're right. You probably do have to lock it to some lower breed. So what's the lowest brew you guys would have?
so our two
I'm sorry for the trouble.
that's just us. Big requests that we got at the beginning was
$2 for a sample?
It's just a sample bottle.
Oh, there's something in it?
No.
Okay. Oh, hey, I can do that. Are they gonna send me something?
Did you put your email in?
I saw a $2 sample.
we got a big example for us that we saw was they've got the
Came up with their credit card.
H series.
So we need a copy of it. Let's see. Here's all your information if you want to put this. Looks like you put that in. Yeah, we're not going to do that. For the trouble, this is what I'm going to do. It's on the house. I've got to change all these settings. I'm serious. Subscribe to us, watch us.
Yeah.
Keep on telling people about us.
So my uncle, her brother, it's his birthday today in Maryland, so we're getting this stuff from him.
And I'm deleting all this stuff just so you see I'm doing it.
I've seen.
We'll watch you guys. He's got a shed where we have a bunch of beers and bourbons and sit out there in Maryland and have a good time.
All right, good deal. Yes, and I got to get the shipping off there. Thank you. That was worth it. That was worth the time right there for me. Thank you very much. It was good to meet you guys. How are you folks? I'm doing all right.
You guys located at?
Hutchinson, Kansas. We're a YouTube channel.
I like that concept.
We were just in Hutchinson today too. That's a lot. That's a lot. The old Cosmosphere, huh?
So maybe we ought to see this possibly.
Okay, so we don't actually have a bar.
Okay.
It's just a YouTube channel. We do reviews. Yeah, we do like budget bourbon. Currently, we're playing this. It's called Poor Choices, where it's a blind, and we don't know what we're drinking. So we got to try to decide what we're drinking. Winner on. There's 4 of us. So winners. Play each other. Why? I turned off again.
Turned on. They're doing an interview.
Oh, my bad.
That's why I turned it off earlier.
My bad. Sorry. So yeah, it's just a little game we play. That's the last few videos are on the channel.
Yeah, check us out. Next time when you come pick your kids up, just stop by at the house. I'll let you downstairs. There you go. We'll be there.
they're not going to 3 days a week. I personally have a client to do.
I gotta figure out this Shopify thing. See, because it's doing delivery. So I've got to somehow set it up
Seminar number
for
3,
pickup.
The Power of Oak by Dustin Harris of NTP Luxco will begin.
Maybe I got to take all of our shit out of here.
Seminar number 3, 7 p.m. located in Bootwood Speakeasy on the lower level field club. On the VIP only.
Let me tell you one thing, I'm going to get rid of Shopify real quick.
Do you have an option? Do you have an option?
I want to go back. I took it off the Wi-Fi because it was taking freaking ads, bro.
Or you got a county HR bill for that? That's been holidays, we can't house. It's at
I'm hot.
We're supposed to be watching.
You guys have
until
not
then,
been to
we
the
can
holiday
cash
distillery.
out.
It is
Because
definitely
that's easier.
worth the time.
So I've been doing, but they only had a card, so I just gave a shirt away.
Right here, very professional. These
Because I
guys
couldn't figure this out.
And Holiday makes an excellent
He
product.
said it's going to be
And I'm not
really
just saying that because
Shopify.
we really enjoy it. We promote it all the time on our channel. And you guys definitely need to go see Wyatt and team in Weston, Missouri at the Ben Holiday.
Are you on? Are you one of the? You're one of the. There's only one person watching.
Is this?
You guys are not live, right?
See?
We're not. There's the truck is shot. See that? They killed the
And they, yeah, grazed his ear. We live in Hutchinson, Kansas. The bar is out of my basement, and it's a YouTube channel. Yeah, we are a YouTube, TikTok, and Clapper channel. We don't sell anything but merch, and we do
Different tastings or different.
yeah, and just get down to the basement and do like poor choices, where we get down there and challenge each other, you know, to who can get to the closest finish, tie, proof, age, and we go through. It gets a little rowdy down there, and it's fun to watch. So I hope you tune in. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah, we're out of Hutchinson. We come up here to Gomer's quite a bit, do pop-ups and stuff, but we're out of Hutch. And he's up here all the time coming to the games, and Rod too. So he's like home away from home right now at Sporting KC.
It's weird being here without a game going on.
It's nice in here, though. It's nice in here.
I'm out there, but
Never downstairs.
Seminar number 3, The Power of Oak.
You guys want to sit down? Sit
Will
down.
begin in about 4 minutes. Seminar number 3, The Power of Oak. On the VIP, if you are interested in attending the seminar, please make your way to the Blue Room Speakeasy located in Hartford, Kansas.
Yes.
This juice is
Oh, I am worn out, y'all. Worn out, but these events are fun. We're still waiting on our people to come get their hat that we gave away. Gave away Sam's Whiskey Bar hat. They are available on my Shopify. Or you can get a hold of me, email me, give me your address, Venmo me. We can do it that way too. If I have any left after this, anyways, yeah, I'll charge these up. The guys are talking to Ben Holiday right now about some top secret stuff, so I've got their mics. I'm going to take over for just a minute. Boy, Legends of Whiskey in KC, the first event has been an absolute success. Over 500 patrons coming through. A ton of different whiskey companies. Man, this has just been an absolute blast, guys. Let me see if I can get a little higher view of this for you.
How much comes out? So we get taxed on what comes out versus taxed on what goes in. So it's built into the cost for us.
Sorry about my camera skills. I couldn't see what was going on. But it goes around the corner there. I'm sure you could just see a little bit of it. Thank you guys for tuning in to our first live. I know it was kind of a mess. We've had some technical difficulties, had to get out another webcam to get it to work. But for those of you that are watching this later, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to keep this running for a while. What's happening, guys?
What's up? I love this glass.
Yeah,
Where did you find this?
I had it hand etched. Hand etched.
No, I'm talking about the design.
Oh, okay. So this is Stossel. It starts with an S. But if you buy just the glass by itself, it's like $13, $14.
Right.
And they are on Amazon for that.
Okay.
It starts with an S, but I mean, in your hand too, if you want to.
That's what I was thinking of.
Check it out.
I'm a big, I got a bunch of Glencairns, but I like the idea that you can hold it a little easier. That's pretty good.
Have you ever felt a glass etched like that before?
That's pretty deep etch. I actually have a laser engraver to etch glasses and stuff. I've done other things, but wine glasses. But yeah, that's pretty deep. But I like the design. It's just easy to hold.
And when you have, if you're a whiskey guy, which you obviously are being here, when you have it in that cup, it creates so much more surface area.
Right.
You get so many more nose.
Yeah.
And it's still got the pinch point.
It's wider.
It's wider than
but
the
then
blend.
you got the same opening,
Yeah.
so you're getting that nose.
It's even more of a condensed smell to your nose. Now, those are the neat glass, and it's a trick glass. If you have somebody that doesn't like the smell of whiskey, that says it's way too ethanol, use that neat glass, and they will barely get any of the ethanol.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I never thought about that. We actually teach people how to appreciate bourbon.
Sure.
From a sensory experience versus
Sure.
just taste, right?
Right.
You're supposed to, I mean, you taste it and you're like, I like it. Cool. Why? I don't know. So we actually teach classes.
Make them
like
spend time with it and smell it. And
well, we do.
Stuff like that. So you know what rye tastes like? No idea. Well, then let's smell rye.
Yeah, the sensory kit. Yeah.
do that between bourbons.
So what we do is we take the oils of like 20, 30, whatever it is. I can't remember how many sensory kits. But anyways, within the sensory kit, it's all the essential oil of the different senses. Like, so what does corn smell like, right?
Right.
You can ask somebody, like, oh, it's Cheerios. Yeah, but no. When you actually smell oil of a corn, you might get 100 different flavors, right? Different responses. And what we do is we tie people together to, when's the first time you smelled corn? Could be cream corn, could be Cheerios, could be whatever, corn flakes, right? And once you tie that memory to that scent, and then they smell the whiskey and they're like, oh, I get this. And then they can understand I like or dislike, and this is why. And so then you can say, well, I like this brand, I like that brand, whatever. So.
Well, and you get excited to drink something when you get a nose on something that you like, too.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you drinking?
This is the cellar aged Ben Holiday. Cellar aged Ben Holiday.
Okay, I like that one. We've got a small sampling of it.
You need friends?
Yeah, she keeps
You didn't catch it. There's two sitting right over there.
No.
My wife and his wife.
Bourbons across different states.
So
I want to see his reaction to the thing you tell me. So tell him what you tell me, not the friends thing, but the other thing about bourbon. Tell him about bourbon. If we have too much. See? Yeah, see? I give her that look, she doesn't catch it. She's like,
Do you have one 500 square foot room dedicated completely to bourbon?
He keeps asking for it.
I'm almost there.
Asking for it.
Because if you do, then you need to double your square footage of that room.
See? So we have the dining room with bourbon, right, in a cabinet. And then we have another cabinet that has bourbon. And then there's a box on the floor and a box on the table. And there's just no room, right? So I said, hey, we should build a speakeasy downstairs, and then we can put more bourbon out. And then, yeah. All right, so where are you guys located? I heard something about Kansas, but
We're in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Where is that?
It's 3 miles or 3 hours east.
So towards
If you go out 70, go 70 to Salina.
East. You said okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, west. You go 70 to Salina.
Oh, okay. So
Turn south on 35. We're 45 minutes.
Okay. So, are you guys on phone or YouTube channel?
Where are you? We're actually live right now.
Yeah, no, I
So, Sam's Whiskey Bar is just the name of his basement bar.
The whole bottle? The whole bottle?
Yeah.
And then never boom that camera.
that makes things worse.
I'm the friend that drinks the friend's bourbon.
Oh, okay. Well, that works too, right? Yeah, I need friends.
So,
We need an empty bottle.
No, we're going to get a whole bottle.
I know, but we need something. He said bring something, right?
Yeah, the whole bottle. He's going to give us a whole bottle.
Yeah,
So,
like we need to
so you
find an
guys
empty
do
bottle.
a regular weekly thing, or what?
a new video drops every Monday.
Right.
Okay.
What I'm saying is
and
we
then a
need
short.
for him to be able to
He
pour
started
a
a new
bottle
deal
into
where he
a
does
bottle.
a toast on Tuesdays.
He said bring.
Toast,
He said bring
and then,
something
short,
down that he can
a
pour
short
a
or
whole
two
bottle.
every week. So
Not
there's
like
always
two ounce
a
sample. You said a whole bottle. He said, yeah, just bring
there's
me
always
something
like an
to
8
pour
to
it.
12 minute video
So we don't walk out
on
with
Mondays,
a
and then shorts throughout the week.
What do you guys focus on?
No, he's
More
giving us the
tasting
juice, but
experience,
he's like, bring something.
It just
big enough
depends
to put
on
it in, is
our
what he's saying.
mood. So like right now we're playing this game.
I'll look around.
Taking off.
Okay.
All right.
Good to meet you.
We've got,
Guys, you have a
Hey,
seat.
take care. We'll see you worldwide.
it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
We've still got 25 or so bourbons to go. So we've got, yeah. No, it started with 32.
You want to go very? Are you sure?
Yeah. So we'll play that.
Yeah.
probably the next 2
And I've got,
Okay.
and it just gets
I've got Karen.
One I was
8 to
thinking
10
about that was
minutes.
going to the best of
Right,
one
yeah.
is
Pretty easy to edit. Throw on. And it's fun, and we get stupid. Normally, when we film, we'll normally film like the whole competition in one night. So it's like we do like 4 or 5 rounds in a night.
You guys are
He said-
Sam's Whiskey Bar.
Yep.
He said bring something to put it in. He'll give us a whole bottle. You gotta have a container.
I am not following you, oddly enough. Okay.
Oh, okay. I got it.
I just we're in the process of, so we do whiskey tasting experience, etc. Right? Education, right? So it started Drunken Unicorn, and
Here. Why
There you go.
don't you come over this side?
little microphone.
Come
All
on
right,
over
there we
this
go.
side.
All right, we'll get a little video going, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Rod was.
I like the camera. I used to have one, the exact same one.
I just tried a really nice one out today and it didn't work.
Have you tried
It's a
Insta
Razor
360?
4K.
Have you tried the Insta 360?
I'm gonna let you guys go at it. I gotta do something.
No, as far as cameras, the Insta 360 is great. This one's great as well. Now, so what we do is we teach people how to experience whiskey. Well, You're on TikTok, right?
No.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, we're on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah. So what we do is we do classes, and the idea is if you take your
If you haven't already, make sure to visit the
new bourbon drinker, and they go, oh well, I really like X. Let's just say you're a Jim Beam fan, right? So Jim Beam, maybe the Wellers, you enjoyed the Buffalo Trace or something like that. And the problem for I think most new drinkers is they try it and they go, oh, I like this, and you're like, cool. Well, there's hundreds of different bourbons out there, right? And if you're stuck with, let's just say, for some reason you landed on Blanton's, and in your area you can't get Blanton's, and you're like, oh man, I want Blanton's, I can't get it. What else should I drink? And then you have no idea. So you go to the liquor store and you're like, hey, I like Blanton's. What do you think? And of course the liquor store owner is like, well, this is great, this is great, this is great. And you ask them why, and they're like, well, because it's like that. And then you try it and you're like, it's not really like that. I don't understand why I'm not getting the same flavors. So what we do is we teach people through a sensory experience. So if you said, what does corn smell like? And somebody said, Cheerios, you're like, okay, cool. That's more of a toasted corn. But when you try a bourbon and you say, hey, this doesn't taste like Cheerios, but it's corn smelling or flavoring or aromas, they go, well, I don't know what that means now because it's not in my reference, right? So we give people a basic reference, and from that reference, then you can experience different bourbons. So as an idea, our first class is you try things like Bullet, right? It's a high rye. You try a Maker's Mark, which is a wheated bourbon. You try an Old Forester, which is kind of your standard rye-based bourbon, things like that. So we try them, and you do a sensory kit, and you understand, oh, well, this is what rye smells like, or this is what barley or something like that smells like. And then you sample the actual bourbon, and you go, oh, I get notes of this, I get floral, I get sweetness out of the corn. And now you start to experience and understand, like, that's why I like this. And so, and this is just a basic class to get you to understand why you're liking something. And then what we do is so the Drunken Unicorn piece comes in to play for a very specific reason. Everybody that really gets into bourbon, they're like, oh, I collected this, I got that. They go, I want the unicorn. Well, somebody says, oh, well, that's $2,000, and you're gonna spend a ton of money, and you're never gonna find it. And the worst part is, like, take for instance, somebody that's never had Happy Van Winkle. They go, I heard it's $1,000 a bottle, but I should like it. If it's not in your flavor profile, you just spend $1,000 on something that really takes care of it, right? And where do you find it? Well, if you knew why you're looking for Happy Van Winkle because you like weeded bourbon or you like to mix 4-grain bourbon or something like that, and you like these notes, and you read the note profile and you go, oh, I like these notes, then you know, maybe I'll look for something like that, right? You know, maybe I'll start with a Blanton's and maybe I'll end up with a Happy in someday or something like that. But one of the things that I've experienced through this whole journey, right? This really is a journey, is if you do a bourbon and you go, oh, I like this, and you ask the bartender, what else can I have to be similar? You ain't got a clue, right? Unless you go to like a bourbon bar, the guy or the girl really knows what they're talking about. No clue. But when you start to get a baseline understanding of what is corn, what is wheat, what does barley smell like, things like that, and then you apply that to something you say, well, look, if I like spicy, I like a little cinnamon, I like things like that, well, hold it. Not a bad brand, right? You can get a baseline, you can drink it and all that, but pick up like a Jim Beam white label. For some people, that's their drink. No, I'm talking regular white, just base, right? $20. But the thing about the white label, in my opinion, about Jim Beam is, I'm not a fan, but I don't snob in that sense, right? I have a more complex palate. But if you're new to bourbon and you try white label and you go, oh, I kind of like this. Well, let me tell you why you like it, and then let me help you experience a $40 bottle, a $45, a $50 bottle, things like that. When you get into that range, now, we told my sister-in-law this thing. We turned her on to Redbreast, right? It's an Irish whiskey. Very good. $60-$70 a bottle. Great pour, right? And she calls us up one day. She's like, Jesus, I can't do this. I'm drinking this like a bottle a week or 2 weeks. She's like, don't you have a cheaper version? I'm like, look, go to Crack. Crack's easier. You'll enjoy it. But if you want to appreciate anything, go to bourbon, because that's what we're in. And really, Irish whiskey, I think, is very similar to bourbon because it's subtle and smooth and stuff like that. But yeah, we found this route, I guess, to find the answer. Why do you like something? It's the best way to go.
That's very interesting. I'll
Have
have
a sticker?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Thank you. I bought a t-shirt.
Oh,
I want to grab a sticker. I'm collecting stickers.
go right in. I will have to check out that sensory.
You can. They're a little expensive. So my wife and I, we've created this company, Drunken Unicorn, and what it is we're both executive bourbon stewards. So if you're into wine, it's a wine sommelier, right? Same idea. And what you experience when you go to the certification level is it's not just what does this taste like, but it's how to advance your sensory experience of something. So we have a sensory kids, 40-ish sensory things, and as much as if you think about bourbon, like we did this great experience the other day, a couple weeks ago. If you were doing, let's take away from bourbon and go to vodka, right? My experience in an uneducated way was vodka's vodka. It's a neutral grain spirit. Should taste similar to all levels. And what we found after we tried 14 different vodkas was you can get corn, rye, barley, you name it, right? There's grains, there's potato vodkas, all different things. And what we found was you have to look at the distillery, the distillation process, and say,
Hey, y'all. What's up? How are you, sir? Is that your badass vehicle out there?
The old
Jeep?
urban assault vehicle.
Urban assault vehicle? Is that what you call that?
That is me, yes.
We pulled in, and I saw it from the end of the deal, and I said, that's Boot Hill. That's Boot Hill's vehicle right over there. They're already here.
Yeah.
10 minutes, and a headache. Oh, here. We're like, that's terrible.
Well, I'm a shitty salesman because I forgot my business cards, but I just wanted to pass information on
Okay.
of us.
Yes.
I don't know if that does any good. I don't know if you're interested in learning about a Southwest Kansas distillery. That's my contact information. Email, cell phone.
When I say flavor,
Okay.
vodka, it's very
Lee Sam.
But you know, we're the
It's a pleasure. And let me give you mine too, in case you want us to come to your place and do an event or anything.
pour it in.
We're
It's great.
5 hours away.
You need to dilute
From
it
Hutchinson,
with something
Kansas,
that's
where I live.
flavor.
Hutch is
3, I believe.
Yeah, about 3.
Same as here.
Chopin, which is potato vodka, and you go for $15 a bottle to $25. Oh my god, amazing difference, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
That understanding is
Collaborating we can do.
Absolutely, there is. And it's Sam's Whiskey with an E
We're not big deal of it.
bar
We're like, all right, look.
that is an at
I woke up from Jose
Gmail.
going, no more Jose.
You know there's a .com, but I'll put it there anyways.
And next thing you know, we're trying all these little brands, right? Saying, hey,
There you go, man.
Fresh off the presses.
Fresh off the presses, Lee, man. Don't get much better than that.
We went to this
I had to get my drinking glass out properly. I haven't even had time to do that at this event yet.
And the guy is
I'm not drinking.
tequila
Because if I do,
tequila or something like that. Right?
We've got
He's a
right around the
right?
corner. We're staying at
And
the
he's-
Hamptons,
he's,
so
got himself a couple
and the
of
wives are driving, so we're
brands,
good to
and
go.
he has
I'm over.
regular tequila,
Bottle,
right? Blanco,
I-
which is straight out of the bottle or straight out of the store, right
One
into
of the
your
little
bottle.
roads up there.
And then you get to anejo, where it's been into a barrel of some sort. And you get an extra anejo, so it's a little bit more
Oh,
aged,
good.
not like bourbon. but
Well,
it's
that's good to
a
know.
little more
Yeah.
aged.
Well,
And
don't
they
do
will
anything
keep
too
out-
extracurricular.
It's a 30 mile an
It's
hour.
called
Little
Cristiano,
cut off.
I think it's. You know, it's triple distilled.
3 times
So
now.
I don't like the smoke.
Somebody got pulled over.
It's a little speed trap.
Oh, it's a huge.
And I was like,
Theater.
not a tequila fan.
Well, don't worry. It'll take the boot hill mobile a little while to get up to 30 by that time.
Doesn't have the
It is downhill though,
very,
so
very little of that earthy flavor.
I know how powerful those things are.
And we tried it, we're like,
Takes a little while to get up. Takes a little while to get
And
up.
I'm loaded too.
I bet you are. Right now you're probably empty, but
Right now it's only.
now we're talking.
how'd you guys do today?
And the problem was,
Great conversations. I've had great reception. People are digging
not
the
even
booze.
$750.
Did you bring any cast strength, any higher strength stuff?
Yeah,
Not cast.
I can
The
spend
single
that
barrel
much
is
money
downstairs
on
is 100.
it,
Definitely 100. I didn't bring you cast.
But yeah, it was.
I've only done one cast store
But
pick
in that experience,
with
we started
classic
to
one spirits in
understand.
Manhattan.
Okay.
I think it's gone.
When you walk into the liquor
And
store
what do you
go,
guys? What do they buy a
"What's on the
barrel
bottom
for?
shelf?"
You're not on video or anything. What do they buy a barrel for?
Right
Well,
first,
so that went
you want to
through
enjoy it,
store
go to
pick.
the mid to the top shelf, and you find something
I think
good.
it retailed
But
at
understand how it's distilled,
$79.99 a bottle.
understand your flavor profile, you will totally understand.
But they didn't spend $12,000 for a barrel, did they?
Yeah.
Tequila,
But
rum,
and my
you name it,
distributor,
right?
since it went through the distributor,
It's pretty cool.
right? He didn't make
We've
it.
enjoyed
they
the
didn't make it
experience
buy
as we're
everything
going
at
along.
once.
And
It's 40
that's why we even started this company. It's like,
cast drink.
hey,
It's like 180.
I
6
didn't
bottles.
understand why
So
I wanted to mix
37
my
pages
flavors
maybe.
Yeah.
right? You know,
It
as
took
much as
Whiskey Club and have
6-7
Water
years ago,
Society that.
hey, pour it, throw some ice in, I'm drinking that, right?
Okay.
They started the
Okay,
process
it's
in
good.
January. I think we finally had it in the store by April.
Have you guys thought about doing any finishing?
And then I'm like,
Yeah, we've got a
today's
handful
a
of finishing
special day.
projects.
I'll take a
Projects.
Jim Beam double, or take a
Red
nine,
wine barrel?
9, right? Boy, I'm throwing
Yeah,
some
they're
ice
okay,
on
man.
it,
I'm
right?
telling you
Too
that
hot, too spicy.
there are
A caliber
French oak
there.
is something you ought to not discount
We have a friend of ours
with your profile.
Steve, my wife
Rum
uses,
is something you ought to not discount with your
Sun
profile.
Rum.
but
How'd it turn out?
he
So we did the last Wabash was
he tries
unfinished.
a couple, he's like,
Oh, for
Like
Case
corn.
Hay?
Yeah.
Okay, I tried that one.
try experience.
Okay, I tried that one. Not bad.
What he
Not
says,
bad at all.
5-year-old.
Now I understand why I'm like, this
Wine
is
is
not
deep.
good, it's bad. Slammed you in the face.
And 4 spirit rum barrels. I was about
That's why it was so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I wonder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder. I thought you guys distilled all your own product.
We do. But for the K-State stuff, it was depleting our stock so fast.
That you went MGP.
Now it's blended with some of ours. So we can say.
So yeah, so you can say it's yours. Sure. And like 5%. I think that's the typical.
Right.
Yeah.
what people do. 5%.
Now my core lineup, everything is core is all.
Do you do all that work too? Or are you doing everything? You're doing the distilling, and you're doing the buying, and you're doing the marketing, and you're doing everything. Lee, you're a busy guy, Lee.
And we're growing grain. My boss is on combine the next 10 weeks.
Hey, farm to table, baby. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what this is right here.
That's what I'm talking
Soil
about.
to sip.
Soil to sip. I like it. You put a little twist on it. Kind of like Ben Holiday with their one barrel instead of a single barrel, right?
What's interesting about ice,
Soil to
so
sip.
there's a chemical piece.
And then canned cocktails.
And cocktails surprised me. I didn't know about it.
3 years post-pandemic project.
Well, you talk about a guy right here. I can't tell you. Once a month, I hear, "Are we going to Dodge City?"
So two things happen.
Right out there
A
and party
good
for a night,
whiskey
you know?
will have oils.
Well, we might run out there and do a little collab thing at some point.
And that's where I think
Nice.
appreciation of whiskey.
I'm always down to go to Dodge City.
I know you are.
Most people want to get out there. What I don't understand is in that scene where Festus rides the mule, he goes down the canyon. Where is that canyon?
It's just something that says,
You know, actually, it's probably like, yeah.
and it makes it smoother.
He's like, hey, he's on a mule, right?
And then the other piece is like gluten, right? So if you take, for instance,
Takes off, pour it down this big. I mean,
bourbon,
it's like
and
Colorado
you add a
mountain.
little water to it,
And Matt takes his horse and rides around, you know.
95 something like
Yeah,
that,
it's
right?
pretty crazy.
So one of the things we do in our class
Southwest
that,
Kansas.
that I think is interesting and I
Where
love
the
the
Arkansas
expression
River
that I
goes
get out of
underground. Yeah.
we give them a blank Karen, right?
When I was a kid,
So we only fill it to about
you guys had the largest public
First thing
or
you're gonna do,
in-ground
you're gonna sniff
pool
it,
in
get
America
your aromas, and you're like, okay, got it.
at one
And
point in
then
time.
first, after
And
that is
I
your
think it's
taste.
been filled in
Your palate,
long
about 5
since.
seconds. You're gonna
But when I was a kid, I'm told about this. I don't remember it.
deaden your palate.
That my
What you're
parents
doing
took me there
with your
because you
palate
guys had a
is
zoo or something going on there,
taking your
and
taste
they would
buds,
bring
you're
all the
telling them,
animals
it's okay
at
to
the
put
end of
this
the
toxin
year
in my body.
down to the
And that's what's
pool
weird, right?
to let them play in the
It's
pool. And apparently we went and watched that one summer.
There was a pool down
So
there.
now
I
you
know
tell your
there was.
body, it's okay, expect this.
And that's right
And then
next
it
to where
says,
the zoo was.
I could do this.
Now, it's
Right?
been.
So your palate is tip your tongue, the side of your tongue, and the back of your tongue. And
I heard Sam's Whiskey Bar. I had to turn around.
That's it.
different flavor centers, right? Sweet,
Trying to
tart,
grow this thing. You got
So
you
get
watch
that
anybody
experience.
online
So now we're on two taste.
on the whiskey
What you
channels
have
or
at this
anything?
point is, what are the oils telling
You know who Matt Porter is with
What is that
ADHD whiskey?
distiller designed for my palate?
One of the big guys. There's
When we
there's
do
bourbon
is-
junkies. There's ADHD whiskey. There's Bruzel. Those are the three big ones.
So a wheated bourbon, typically,
I'm lucky enough to be on Matt Madness
they
come
like to call it
this year, which is a whiskey tasting invitational
Oh, I feel it
tournament.
down here. Right
And
here.
it's a huge deal.
Get
So
down here, it's a
fingers
long
crossed I
finish, and
do well.
What are those
And
notes
fingers
that
crossed,
longevity
if I do well,
do I
the
feel
channel goes.
still the warmth flowing through?
I'm not in it to make it money. I never started to make money. It's just fun. But at this point, right now, coming up to 2 years, at the end of the year,
One drop.
it's about like
And
shit or get off the
favorite
pot time.
experiences to take
So
Old Forester 86.
yeah.
Viewership level.
Yeah, my 1 year goal was 1,000, and we're not there at a year and a half.
They appreciate
So
it.
I gave myself 3 years to do it, and I'm at that halfway mark. So now I'm doing things like this and getting into Mad Madness and putting my name out there to try to do something. And if it doesn't happen in 3
And I agree
years,
with
then
you.
we'll just do it every once in a while for fun.
Which is different
Instead
than
of 3 times a week, you know.
because all we did is we
It's a lot. It's a lot. And like the product, huh?
Content creation is a lot.
A ton. Just the editing part of it. That's the hardest part for me. Because I can sit in front of a camera and talk about whiskey all damn day long without
So
any
you
issue.
do that, and then
But
we ask them to do two more.
all of this stuff, that's the hard part.
Talent and
Time.
time.
And when you have a 50 hour job already,
which is
hello, young lady, you're back.
when you have water, it's okay. But
Did we give you luck or what? Did we give you some luck? And it was
but in
yours.
doing that, you then understand from the nose, the complexities, all those different senses that you picked up, you go, oh, I'm not adding a drop of water or ice to an old horse grade that sits in a day a week. It would ruin it. But, you take something high proof, 110, 120, 140, right? You're like, dude, that's going to burn my palate. I got to.
We did that with, or I've done that with Elijah Craig.
Oh, yeah.
Started with one drop. I did the first couple. Then one drop.
Oh, yeah.
I found my preference was 3 drops. Really? Put 3 drops in there. I lost no flavor.
Yeah.
But the burn.
Yeah.
It was like, I could drink this all day long and not work.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting. What you guys are doing is very interesting. I'll follow you.
We're unfortunately, I'm in that mix of we're just getting started with adding TikTok and things like that, and so we have a whole lineup of classes. And what we're deciding to do is, do we do them as invite only type of classes, or do we open a bar? And if we open the bar, what it really is hey, at 5:30, 6:30, somewhere around there, we do these classes, and then you stay for drinks later. And so around Kansas City, there's a couple different places that have more unique bars. In fact, there's a restaurant that it's called Whiskey River. I think of Whiskey Snug out. Anyway, Whiskey River has a great thing called the Colonial. Or, sorry, not the Colonial. The Colonel's Club. And so, speakeasy, and so Corey's really working to expand that. And the idea is that you go in and you find those bourbons you don't want to find, right? You go to a bar, you find Jim, Jack, Baker's, a couple others, realistic, technically the bottom shelf, right? But to me, as a more of a connoisseur of bourbon, I'm looking for those things that I don't like. In fact, so my wife and I, we had a friend of hers over. So she's active duty military, I'm retired, and this young guy is he's a captain in the Army, and we invited him over. Actually, I'm sorry, he's a lieutenant still. We invited him over. We've known him for a couple of years, and we said, hey, come on over, bring your wife. He's getting out of the Army right now, going to do other things in his life, which is great. And we've had him over in the past, and introduced him to bourbon. And he's like, oh, I didn't know. Right? I didn't understand bourbon, right? So now he has an understanding. So I invite him over. I kind of walk him through the tasting. Him and his wife. His wife has never drank bourbon before. She's like, oh, I kind of like this, right? And so I said, I'm going to do you a favor. What you'll never find at this point, because it's very new, is the American single malt. So if you take, Jim Beam has a great one called Claremont. Yellowstone has another great one. It's just their single malt. It's a 108 proof. It's a little higher proof versus the Claremont. There's a couple other brands. In fact, we were here. Deerhammer, one of the vendors here, he has a great single malt. I appreciate it. Very different. He does it with oak versus rye. And then I was very impressed as a single malt. I didn't know they have this. And theirs, I was really impressed with. So me, I'm not a Scotch drinker. So Stranahan, that's like going and getting Scotch and put it in the U.S. and here you go. The profile is the same in my opinion, right? Just made in the U.S. versus So I brought out Bullet, Claremont, and the Yellowstone, right? So Bullet's a 96 proof single malt, Claremont 90 proof single malt, and then Yellowstone 108. We tried all three. I didn't coax them. I didn't do anything other than say, "What do you think?" And we started with a Bullet. He about spit it out and like, "Oh God, it's terrible." I hate to agree with you, but I agree. Not my flavor profile. And when I say terrible, everybody has a different profile, right? I mean, there are people that want smoky, peaty scotch all day of the week. I'm not that guy. But there's some people that do that. I have a great friend of mine. He loves that. And you're like, you drink that, I'll drink mine, right? And that's kind of what I love about bourbon, right? But anyway, so we tried the others, and he's a guy that he threw some ice in a bourbon or whatever, and he did the Yellowstone 108, and it's like, I appreciate it. I think I want it with ice. Like, hey, I'm not offended, right? So he throws an ice in there. He's like, yeah, I can sip this all night long. And me, I'm over on the Claremont, which I'm not a low proof guy typically, but like the Claremont has such great flavor. So we're drinking that, through the night and stuff. And at the end of it, he left. A couple nights later, I'm like, man, I gotta try that Yellowstone, right? Where they also like, I'll drink a neat. Oh yeah, I would love to finish that. It was good.
All right. Well, what is your name again?
John.
John.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap this up.
All right. Yeah, we're at the end of it, aren't we?
Yes, sir. I appreciate giving me your information.
Yeah. So.
Me a little bit.
Yeah, I'll follow you guys online. And,
yeah, that'd be great.
Check out your different pieces. Nothing wrong with that, right? Hey, if you can enjoy bourbon, you're good, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man.
$8 to
Try this out.
What is life?
Bottle. Other good stuff.
What is that?
What you got here? Hold on, let me see what Jackson's got a new one. You got mic on?
No,
Take
I
it off.
don't. I took it off. Man, that tastes like coffee.
Coffee? Don't tell me what it tastes like. This is a Jackson pour. Is it an upstairs or downstairs? This is an upstairs pour from Mr. Jackson. Let me get my mic on here, Jackson. Blind review. This is what we're good at, a blind review. No, man. Well, we've had a fun time here at Legends of Whiskey KC at Children's Mercy Park. It has just been a wonderful time. And Mr. Rod brought a little something here. And I'm going to give her a smell, Rod. Has this thing had a lot of drinks in it before this one?
No, I cleaned it out.
Okay.
It had water in it right before I put that in there.
Wow. Okay. This is finished in something.
You know how
So is this a finished in Armagnac?
The time is now 7:35. Last call is in 10 minutes. 10 minutes for last call.
I don't really know that it's finished.
Is this a craft distillery? Is this Boot Hill?
No. So,
is it a Colorado distillery?
It is.
I'm smelling the Colorado.
Yeah.
So this is Deer Hammer.
Yes. Deer Hammer, and it's
because at first it was just like oak and like a something finished. I have not tasted it, but I'm just going through it in my head.
Yeah.
And then the craft smell started coming through, and I was like going, okay, Boot Hill and Deer Hammer are my two that I know are the craft, pretty much craft here. But it still smells finished, bro. It smells like it's finished.
But I don't know that it is. Deer Hammer. He's working on it.
Is that the? I'm gonna go get myself something.
This is Deer Hammer.
He wants to guess. He wants what? Guess.
So I've never had Deer Hammer before.
I haven't either. Now,
but I would say it has.
It?
I just tasted it.
What was the very first thing you got off of it?
Well, I mean, we were talking, but sweet.
Okay.
Sweet.
Can I buy a sample bottle?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Is it $2?
Yep, but you got to put it in Rod's underwear.
Well, come over here, Rod. I'll do it.
Oh,
I
do it. Don't
Are all the bottles the same, or is there like?
They're all the same. There's nothing in them. It's
So
just
what is this? Is this
That's just an empty bottle for you to send.
Just a sample bottle.
Or whatever.
all right? Cool. That's cool.
thank you guys for stopping
All right.
by.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, Mr. Rod.
All right. So
very first thing I'm getting off that was like a finish, like a wine finish.
sure on the smell.
On the smell.
Okay, but let's go to the taste. What was
Okay.
what popped? I'll tell you what I got out of it. You got the same thing?
I would say there's malted barley in here that popped real hard. The craft malted barley popped for me. The spice popped. You're thinking about a certain thing. I would say this is corn, rye, malted barley, and something else.
This is deer.
Which one?
Here, you can have it back. I'm going to say it's corn, rye, malted barley, and one more grain I can't figure out.
It
Wheat,
is.
maybe.
It's the fourth grain.
So it is 4 grain. It's wheat.
Yes.
Wheat, the 4th grain?
That's a deer hammer product also.
Is this a single malt? Did you get a single malt?
Sure did.
Here, you can have that.
Drink it. It's fucking good, man.
Dang it.
So, very first thing I got off of this.
I got straight Pete
It's
off
good.
there, right off there. What's
How you
up,
doing,
bro?
sir?
How's it going?
So that's a game we play right there. 4 choices. We'll take a
That's not a
unknown
bad single malt.
sample from
You know
a
how I feel about single
case that
malt.
we've mixed, and one of us will go against another,
Wow.
and we have to answer those questions.
Deer hammer single malt.
So, is it finished? Is it a bourbon? Is it a rye? Whatever. And then, what is the proof? And the closest one wins. And then that person will go play another and another until we finally have a victor, which is usually me.
Usually the one time
we've done.
The one time we played it.
Oh, you had the beautiful wife come by here.
Yes, I did.
We've been live since 6 o'clock on YouTube. You see that? See that going behind? When you were talking to me over there, you weren't in the comedians behind. I didn't have a mic on like I have on right now. Since you don't want to
This is
Live from the soccer fields.
Live from Children's
Hi,
Birthday
YouTube
Party.
from Legends of Whiskey, Kansas City.
This one's pretty.
Don't worry, you're not famous. We don't have any subscribers yet. Maybe one day when somebody watches this in a few years and we got 2,000 subscribers, we'll be famous.
where are you guys at?
We're from Hutchinson, Kansas. And I have a bar down in the basement. He's got a bar in the basement. He's got a bar in his office. And we just get together and film shit and get in trouble with our wives and put it on YouTube.
Interesting.
Emporia, yeah. Good old Emporia. Feel free to. You guys want a sticker? Throw on the bottle, make it look like a store pick.
Did you guys happen to sign up for the YouTube channel? No. Well, on that card right there, it'll show the YouTube channel. If you want
SamsWhiskeyBar.
you want to give us a shout out sometime, tell us we met you at the soccer field. We'll get back to you, and sometimes we give away stuff.
We give away a bottle in October, November, and December.
Oh, that's a good time.
So all you basically have to do is I will say something in a video and you'll have to make a comment or something like that on that video, and then you get entered into the giveaway. And I basically put all the names into a wheel. It's a computer program, and spin it, and whoever it lands on wins that bottle for the day. And there's an Old Forester rye and a Ben Holiday brick house proof. And then we have one more bottle that we'll give away in December, but we're not going to announce it yet.
I'm not going to announce it.
It's not there yet.
Well, I'm not going to announce it yet because I haven't found anything worthy to give away yet. I want to find something really, really good.
We should have all them names in there.
I appreciate you guys. A comment. We'll say hi.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Take care. Have a good evening.
Thanks, guys.
See the time, fellas?
Time to wrap it up.
Time to wrap it up.
God, I'm bald.
All day. All day. Turn you on here, Jackson.
Okay, thanks.
Maybe.
Time is now 7:43. Last call will be in 2 minutes. Last call in 2 minutes.
Okay, so we got to wrap this up a little bit early, guys, because last call is in 2 minutes, and we want to make sure we can get some whiskey before last call. So thank you guys for tuning in to
Yes, thank you.
Sam's Whiskey Bar's first live broadcast. We don't know exactly how it went down, how it sounds.
We had a good time. I know I had a good time.
Let us know how the quality was. If you could hear us,
because it's loud as hell in here.
It
I
is.
apologize for that.
but we had some good interviews. We had some good Dustin showing up from Ross and Squib.
Yeah, Ross and Squib, Killer,
Wyatt
from Mid Holiday.
Thank you guys.
Got to talk to Lee personally from Dodge City.
Oh yeah, that's who you were talking to.
That's who I was talking to there. So we've been able to just talk to so many people at this event. I'm sorry not all of them were on camera.
Shout out to Steve from Gomers and Kara from Celtic up in western Missouri. There's so many people we met today.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
All the attendees that bought Sam's Whiskey Bar merch, thank you guys so much. This comes out of our pocket. We don't make any money. All those shirts that you bought, we spent from our regular 50-hour-a-week jobs. So thank you guys so much for the support, and thank you guys for tuning in, those of you that are doing it. And I'm seeing one right over there that's my wife that is tuned in. But hey, we got 1 minute. We better go get our cups filled.
Let's go.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, y'all. Like, subscribe, share. All right. In stream.